What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday afternoon. We made it through another week. The weekend's upon us. It's your boy, Bad Diggity Dizzle, back with another New York Giants video. Just got out of work. Got to change, get ready to go to the gym, hit that up, and then have some dinner. This is what Fridays entail for me. Leg day today. As I said before, always make sure you're getting leg day. It's the most important day of the week in the gym. Anyway, I had one of my Twitter followers, 24. I believe it's Chris Naley. I could be wrong, but he DM'd me and he said, show me Peyton Manning's stats through the first 20 games of his career and Daniel Jones. And he said, what are your thoughts? You should do a video on this. So I'm going to do a video on this. Now, I've heard this comparison a lot. People consistently compare Daniel Jones to Eli Manning's first 20 starts and Peyton Manning's first 20 starts. And I get it. You guys want Daniel Jones to succeed. I get all the excuses you make for him. I get that you're eternally hopeful that this guy turns into Peyton Manning, as am I, okay? I want him to be Peyton Manning. I want him to be Peyton Manning with legs, as Fist Vegas calls him. Every Giants fan wants that, okay? But is that really reality? Let's go through a couple of things here. First and foremost, just because they have similar statistics through the first 20 games doesn't mean Daniel Jones is going to turn into Eli Manning. There's no way to predict Daniel Jones' future. Just like guys that have two fantastic seasons and then fall off the face of the earth, a la Gary Sanchez in Major League Baseball, right? Gary Sanchez looked like a surefire Hall of Famer through the first 2 years. I know it's a different sport, but still, look at 2016, 2017 for Gary Sanchez and then look at afterwards. So it doesn't mean anything. The comparisons mean nothing. But my argument on this is the game has changed. The game has changed. It is not the same game as it was 22 years ago. And we're going to go through some statistics. I'm not really a statistic guy, but I wrote some stuff down here because I found this stuff very interesting. Then this just proves my point as to how much this is a quarterback-driven league now. It's not really predicated on running the ball the way it used to be, although I'm old school. I think that running the ball is very important. I think defense is very important, but the fact of the matter is quarterbacks throw the ball way more than they ever used to, and it's just an easier game for a quarterback. You can't hit the quarterback late. You can't hit him in the knees. You can't hit him in the head. You can't hit him in the too hard. You can't drive him into the ground. You can't contact the wide receiver. You can't trip the wide. You can't do anything to the offense anymore. So that is why it's a quarterback-driven league. Let's take a look at this, okay? In 1960, Milt Plum, I believe, he set the record for quarterback rating with 112. That record stood for 34 years until 1994 when Steve Young broke it with a 112.8 rating. So 1994, Steve Young sets the record for 112 quarterback rating, 112.8. That record stands for 10 years until Peyton Manning broke it, okay? Peyton Manning broke that record in 2004. Since 2004, when Peyton Manning first broke this record, that record by Steve Young, the record that stood for 34 years before Steve Young broke it, okay, has been broken 15 times since 2004. So in the last 16 years, not including this year, so the last 15 years, Steve Young's record has been broken 15 times. That record stood for 34 years before Steve Young broke it, and since 2004, 15 quarterbacks have had better seasons than Steve Young had in 1994. Okay? That just shows you how easy it is to pass the ball nowadays. 1998, okay? Well, let's say this. Let's do this. In 2019, 11 quarterbacks threw for over 4,000 yards. 11 of them. In 1998, two quarterbacks threw for over 4,000 yards. Two! In 2019, 9 quarterbacks. 9 of them had a quarterback rating of 100 or better. In 1998, 4 quarterbacks had a quarterback rating of 100 or greater. And fifth in 1998 was John Elway. He had a 93.0 rating. He was 5th in the league in quarterback rating. Well, in 2019, 12 quarterbacks had a rating of 95 or better. Okay, do you see the difference? This is why Arizona gave up on Josh Rosen immediately and went with Kyler Murray. This is why quarterbacks are so in demand. This is why quarterbacks get so much money, because this is now a quarterback-driven league. It is not what it was in 1998. It's not even what it was in 2004. When you want to compare him to Eli Manning. In 2004, 4 quarterbacks, same as 1998, 4 quarterbacks had a quarterback rating of 100 or better. 5 quarterbacks threw for over 4,000 yards compared to the 11 in 2019, and then 7 quarterbacks in 2004 had a quarterback rating of 95 or better. So things have doubled. Like these statistics have doubled in 2019. In 15 years, quarterbacks with over 4,000 yards have doubled. Quarterbacks with over 100 rating have doubled. And quarterbacks over 95 rating have pretty much doubled. Because the rules are set up for quarterbacks and offenses to succeed. You cannot compare Daniel Jones to Peyton Manning. You can't compare him to Eli Manning. You can't compare him to anybody. He's Daniel Jones. I've compared him to Alex Smith. Why? Because their skill sets are similar. Alex Smith did not have the strongest arm. Alex Smith was not a scrambler or a runner per se, but he was very mobile and could definitely run the RPO and definitely got a lot of yards with his legs. He did. He might have even led quarterbacks in rushing one year, if I'm not mistaken, and Daniel Jones is right up there. And this is in a day and age when quarterback mobility is huge. Kyler Murray's, Lamar Jackson's, all those guys, that actually run the ball. Like they're set runs, set plays to have the quarterback run the ball. In this day and age, you got Daniel Jones up there as well. Okay, so he runs the ball. And people want to talk about, well, you always forget about him running, Baddog, because that's a bonus. Quarterback should not be the leading rusher on your team. Now, granted, I know that speaks to the lack of running game that we have here with the New York Giants. But that's not what you want your quarterback doing. Yes, it's nice to have an 80-yard RPO, even though he falls on his face after getting tripped up by the 20-yard line. I get that. That's a nice addition. But if you watch him pass, it's not the same. You cannot possibly sit there and watch film on Peyton Manning or Eli Manning, for that matter, and then watch film on Daniel Jones and compare them. They're not comparable. Eli Manning's arm talent was ridiculous. He had one of the best deep balls in the league. He had a cannon. Daniel Jones does not have that skill set. He doesn't. Okay, it just does not happen. That'd be like saying Eli Manning can run like Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones can't throw like Eli. Eli couldn't run like Daniel Jones. Okay? I understand you want to look at the statistics and you want to try to compare them. I understand Peyton Manning was on a couple bad Colts teams there and they ended up winning a Super Bowl. And I understand that everybody wants Daniel Jones to succeed. I do too. Everybody does. Stop comparing him to these quarterbacks. He is not the Manning brothers, okay? And again, the game has changed. Daniel Jones' 87.7 QBR would have been 7th in the league, if I'm not mistaken, in 1998. He was like 14th or 15th last year. Things change. The game's changed. The game's progressed. Okay? There's a lot more passing that goes around. Quarterbacks have much higher completion percentages because of the way the game is run and because you're not allowed to nail the receiver anymore. It just doesn't. It doesn't happen like that. Okay? So again, it's just a video saying my thoughts. And some people are going to not like this, and that's fine. Because again, this is my opinion. All right. He asked me to do a video on it. I'm giving my opinion. I don't like when people compare him to Peyton Manning. He's not Peyton Manning. He'll never, ever, ever, ever be Peyton Manning. That will not happen. Okay? He's not Peyton Manning. He's not Eli Manning. He's not Steve Young. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's none of those guys. Alex Smith, I could see that. Stop turning the ball over. He can be Alex Smith. He's mobile. He doesn't have a strongest arm, but Alex Smith is very accurate. Alex Smith was also a winner. Eli Manning was a winner. And guess what? Daniel Jones has not proven to be a winner yet. In the biggest situations, Daniel Jones messes up. So Daniel Jones has got to find a clutch gene. Eli Manning had that even when he was struggling at the beginning of his career. He found a way to win games. Okay? This is something that Daniel Jones needs to learn how to do. And he needs to stop turning the ball over. Okay? You can't compare him to Peyton and Eli Manning yet. It's not comparable. Anyway, that's all I got in this video, guys. If you made it this far, please like, please subscribe, please share, and we'll see you later tonight for Talking Giants. Till then, it's Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I'm gone. Peace!